Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to do my weekly wrap-up. So every week I have been telling you guys about the books that I read in the last week, and this week has been a decent week. So let's just get into the books. I'm going to talk about the couple middle grades that I read first, and then I'll get into the adult books. So if you only want to hear about adult books, I will make sure to put the time down below of where to start. So as far as middle grade goes, we read Timothy of the 10th Floor, this is a part of the Good and the Beautiful language arts curriculum. But even if you don't use that curriculum for your kiddos, this is a really fun book that, it's got student sections and parent sections or teacher sections or whatever. So it's kind of back and forth reading with your kid. And every chapter there are either tough words or vocab or something. And so this one's a little bit slower of a read for us because anytime there's vocab, I have a journal that my daughter writes the vocab words and the definitions. And so she's not always as eager to pick this one up. But this was a cute book about a boy named Timothy who he lives with his dad, and then his cousin and Nana Belle come to live with them. And Nana Belle homeschools the cousin, whose name is Zoe. And so then she starts homeschooling Zoe and Timothy. And they are kind of trying to figure out some mysteries. They make friends with an older guy who is the owner of Badger Hills Farms. And so then they get involved in Badger Hills Farms. There is a whole spin-off series of these characters and Badger Hills Farms. So I know my daughter would love to read them, and this definitely sparked a good storyline. It's got Christian faith. It's definitely very pro homeschool. So if you don't do that, I don't know, but there's talks of bullying and a lot of good discussions. She is in the 3rd grade curriculum, and so this is, I would say, appropriate for that 3rd grade level. However, there was nothing inappropriate for her being 6 years old. So there's that. Then these next 3 are all graphic novels, because I got an email that was like middle grade graphic novels for Halloween, and we love seasonal things. We love graphic novels, and so I read these 3 last night to kind of pre-read for her. So we have Skeletor the Decomposer. This is about a skeleton who really wants to join this band, but her music keeps scaring people, and so this one is super quick. My daughter is very sensitive, and this is not one that would scare anybody. This is just about a kid, who happens to be a skeleton, trying to get into this band and trying to figure out how to not scare people, basically. So it was okay, just okay. Then we've got York and Bones. This is by, let's see, I can't see who it's by, Jeremy Tankard, I think. And this follows York, who is the skeleton from Hamlet by Shakespeare, and the dog Bones. And so this is told in Shakespeare English, and I just didn't really like it, honestly. I don't know if she read it too, and I don't think she really did either. I don't know. I didn't like it. If you're a huge Shakespeare fan, you might like this better than I did, but I'm not, so there's that. And then the last one is Olivia Wolfe and The Night of the Giant Monsters. So this is number 2 in a series. We haven't read the first one or anything, but this is cute, about a girl named Olivia Wolfe and her 2 best friends who are trying to stop monsters from taking over their town of monstrosity. And so basically these monsters are nocturnal. They only come out at night. However, there is a baby monster who is trying to eat all the light. And so it is being made into like an eternal night. And so the monsters are wreaking havoc. They're trying to stop them. There's definitely another party, a monster specifically, that is captured and then gets loose, and so the series will definitely continue. I would say for my sensitive 6-year-old, this definitely borderlines on being a little too scary, but there's some humor. Everything's pretty well appropriate. This wouldn't be my top choice of series, but for me as a adult reading it, this one was the most entertaining of the 3. So that is everything middle grade. So now let's get into the adults. So we have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. So Frida McFadden, I'm a big fan. I know people are kind of hot and cold on her because her thrillers she writes thrillers, and they're all very popcorny. Definitely not anything that's going to reinvent the wheel, not going to blow your mind, not going to be anything like exceptional, but I am so entertained by them. And then like this one was feeling a little cheesy, and then the end, I really enjoyed the end, and so I'm giving this probably 4 stars. So this is about, it follows a girl named Sydney, and she has a friend who is killed, and this friend was like dating this mysterious doctor, and she was killed, and it's believed to be a serial killer. And so was it the doctor? There's a serial killer in which he dates his victims before he kills them. So then when Sydney herself meets a doctor, she is wondering, are these connected at all? Is this the guy? Am I safe? Am I next? So there's a lot of stories going on, but like in a very clear, easy way. And I honestly really enjoyed this as like a popcorn thriller that I probably won't remember in a week, but it was a fun, quick, easy read. I also like, sometimes I will write spoiler sections on my Goodreads reviews, and I didn't with this one because this is one that, like Frida McFadden books, I feel like you can reread because they're kind of just in one ear out the other in a lot of ways, and I really enjoyed the experience. So there's that. Then I read, well, let's talk about this one first. Testing Kate by Whitney Gaskell. So I really like Whitney Gaskell. This is, you can tell, a very floppy paperback that has been on my shelf for a while. And this is a book about a girl named Kate who's going to law school at Tulane Law School. And she goes, and she's just the queen of bad luck. She always has bad luck. And it's no different when she's moving there. Her truck, like the moving truck, gets delayed or something. So she goes to her first class, and she has not done the reading because all of her materials were late. And so the professor calls on her. She doesn't know the answer, and instantly, like, there's an adversarial relationship between her and this professor. The professor is definitely the villain in this book, and he's an easy character to hate. But so there's that going on. She also finds like a little group of friends that has guys and girls, and there's a little bit of the When Harry Met Sally trope with a guy, you know, can guys and girls just be friends? So there's that. I will say this book is like 320 pages. It read really quick, really easy, really like exactly what I was needing right now. But it tried to tackle suicidal thoughts, suicidal actions. It tried to tackle like different abuse problems, like drug abuse problems, cheating. Like there's a lot, and like finding yourself, and there was a lot going on in this that I just feel like we could have toned it down a little and made the same point and gotten less triggery. But yeah, like I said, she is really exploring, does she even want to be in law school? What is she willing to fight for? Also, like a guy, her ex-boyfriend kind of comes back into the picture. So there's a little bit of a love triangle, but not really. This is, I would say, like they're in law school, so they're fully adults, but it kind of has that new adult tone. It's not super spicy. There's a couple scenes that are a little spicy, but it's kind of got that new adult tone of like, everybody's kind of philandering with everybody else. So this is exactly what I needed right now. Something really mindless, brain candy. And I really like Kate as a character. So overall, I thought this was good. Then I read 2 Lynn Austen books that have been sitting on my shelf forever because they're both pretty chunky. And so first I read Hidden Places, and Lynn Austen is a Christian fiction author. However, I think her faith is done really well in the books, in that there's not often like scripture thrown at you in a way that, like, I feel like this is very accessible to anybody. Faith is just a part of it. God is just a part of their lives, as it is in a lot of lives. And yeah, so I really like this. This is a historical fiction. I'm not sure what the year is, but this is about a woman named Eliza, and she's got 3 children, and she goes home to like her husband's family orchards because her husband has died, her father-in-law has died, and now she's kind of the one to inherit the orchard. So she goes, and her husband's aunt, which is called Aunt Batty, she's a little bit kooky, and something happens where Eliza needs to take her in, and there's also a injured man that she ends up taking in, and together they kind of have a found family element, and they are working on getting this orchard back up and running. And this book is, I don't know, more than 400 pages, 423 pages. And the reason why is because we delve into a lot of backstories, like everybody's kind of origin story. And I feel like that really made a good depth of character, but it also did make it a little bit long. So I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. There's some mystery about who is who, like some kind of mistaken identity things. And exactly what everyone's backstory is a little bit of a mystery. So I enjoyed this one. It was definitely better than I expected. It's like a 15 or 16 hour audiobook, and I was entertained throughout, so it's better than I expected. But I will say this one was exceptional. So this is A Woman's Place. It's textured and great, but this is about 4 women during World War II. And now I would say this is a war book for people who do not love war books, because this is about women in World War II. However, it is about the women and their relationships with each other, their relationships with their families, and it is set in World War II. So basically, these 4 women all have very different stories, and they are all working together in a factory during World War II. So one of them is a mom. She has 2 kids and a husband who definitely believes that a woman's place is in the house, and now her kids are like teens, tweens. They're 2 boys, don't really need her. She feels just really unseen and underappreciated, and so she takes a job in this shipyard factory to kind of have something for herself. And so there's that. There's a retired teacher who kind of had a one who got away situation. There's a girl who has a twin brother who is deployed, and she's got this guy that she's been with for like 4 years, but she's just really not sure what she wants. And then there's also a girl who is from Jersey or somewhere, New York maybe, I don't know, and now she's living with her in-laws because she got married. Her husband just deployed, and her husband's family is very kind of hoity-toity, definitely strong Christians, strong conservative Christian beliefs, I guess, and she just doesn't feel like she fits in, so she gets this job just to kind of be out of the house. And so the 4 women become friends, and it's their relationships, like I said, with each other, with all their different storylines. You know, the one with her husband, the one with the ex or the boyfriend kind of situation. We get some of the teacher's backstory. We get all their stories. And honestly, this is a book that is, again, 450 pages. And at the end, I wanted more. Like, not because I don't feel like it was a complete story, although I do think the end kind of wrapped up quickly, but not because I think we needed more from the story, but because I loved these characters and I wanted to spend more time with them and know them better, and know, because some of their stories kind of end with loose ends. And so, well, not much, but like I just wanted to keep hanging out with these characters. I really, really love this book and would definitely recommend it. So, yeah, this was the major win for the week. And this book it's not like the best book ever by any means, but Whitney Gaskell, I feel like, is pretty reliable for just kind of mindless, easy fun. And that's why I kind of wish she wouldn't have delved into such deep topics, because I wanted it just to be light and fun, and I don't feel like she had the page count to be like as sensitive as she needed to be. But anyway, we're done talking about that book. So overall, it was a pretty good week. This week, I'm going to continue to pre-read for my daughter some stuff. So there will be some more Halloween reads coming out next week. I'm also still pregnant. So I'm assuming maybe this week we'll have a baby. So I'm not really sure what my reading's going to look like this next week, but we will see. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.